On behalf of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, let me welcome you. And we're very pleased that you're here. I know that in 2010, May 19th, we signed our agreement. So this is what, 25 years. So we have had a long, rich history. So we're quite pleased that we can continue the relationship. I know that during our SIDS adventure, we had strong support from your government, and for that we're very pleased, we're very grateful, and we look for continued support in our future endeavors. As you may know, that we have the University of the West Indies Five Island campus here, and we're hoping to establish a Department of Oceanography. And in that respect, we know that your government, your country have certain expertise that I'm sure that we can benefit from. So these are just a few of the areas that I do believe that we can work on, we can work together on, particularly in the areas of scholarships, etc. I know that over the years we've enjoyed, and the Caribbean as a region have enjoyed the assistance from your government. In that sense too, we look forward towards developing areas such as agriculture, information technology, etc. And we'll be quite happy for that continued assistance. So my remarks are going to be very brief because I know you're going to be meeting with the Prime Minister, but what I will say is welcome.
Well, thank you very much, and it is a deep honour to be here as Ireland's new ambassador to Antigua and Barbuda with my wife Mary and my colleague Sharon. Yes. It's a very important relationship for Ireland, and we are. As you mentioned, 25 years now, but it's particularly strategically important, and the things you mentioned that we're very happy to be part of. For example, as we announced a new program in 2018 called Global Ireland, which was about expanding Ireland's engagement with the world, and within that, we campaigned and got a seat on the UN Security Council, and but specifically on the UN Security Council, we talked a lot about the small island developing states, and we got a lot of support, and we appreciate that support. But we wanted to make sure that it wasn't just talk, and we want to say we're going to deliver on this. So we've set up the Office of the Caribbean that Sharon heads up in Miami, covers the Caribbean. And we have a specific strategy, the Small Island Development State Strategy. And last May, for example, we were very supportive of the event here in the UN event, and we're keen to see what areas we can collaborate on. I think the oceans is interesting because Ireland, as an island, is an island, of course, but the 6 times the scale is our sea mass. So the Marine Institute is an area, an organisation that we think we can work together on, particularly on the blue economy and the oceanography. Yes. So that's very interesting. And then, as you mentioned, your economy. I mean, it's a very successful tourism economy as well, and we've a large tourism industry ourselves. But over the course of the years, you know, when Ireland became an independent country 100 years ago, we were one of the poorest countries in the world, and so we've evolved, and the areas that we are very much focused on now is medical devices and agri-tech and life sciences and those areas, and we'd be very happy to share that and work with you on that as well. That's very interesting. And then at the wider sense is really being partners bilaterally and multilaterally at the United Nations and the other fora that we support each other, and we will continue to do that.
Yes, and we really appreciate what you've just said, because our bilateral relations are very important to us, and we want to see how we can take this to another level. I know that you do have an office in Miami, but Antigua and Barbuda is more than ready to have its own office here to serve the Eastern Caribbean. Hint, hint. So
I'm ready to move anytime.
Absolutely. And our weather is better. We don't have snow there. Climate change is happening everywhere, and that's a reality, and that's something that we have to cope with. So we do have the economic prospects of developing with your capable assistance. And another area that you did mention that we are really developing has to do with tourism and the whole question of medical tourism. So this is an area that we hope that we could focus on to some extent and develop even further. right? At this time, I believe, I think that it's important for me to really stress how wonderful it is to have you here, right? And your lovely wife, and of course our regional coordinator. And we thank you for making this courtesy call and making the effort. So on behalf of the ministry, we are very grateful for this opportunity.